Hey folks, this is Decoherent and welcome back to some more Expeditions Vikings. So it's been a few days, just taking a look at things here. Looks like we've got a couple choices for things that we're working on. We do have this Wisdom of the Ancients thing to go see if we can find a 1,000-year-old Roman. I remain ever so slightly skeptical about that, but that's okay. We have... Let's see here. Oh, that's right, we gotta find something more about Kettle's sister's necklace. You know, that's more important to me. Let's get that taken care of. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Let's definitely do that. Look at all this stuff, and I haven't looted it. You know what? I don't even need it. We'll come back and we'll deal with that in the near future. Okay, let's head on out. Where's the quickest way out? Down here. Here. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind running around doing quests and stuff for various kings. Although, you wouldn't be able to tell that from listening to me whine. However, my crew? Oh yeah, definitely important. And I'm going to put him right at the top of the list at the moment, in the same other way that Nefjo is super important. So, okay, so do we have any tracking information for where we might want to look? Okay, that must be where we're going for the other quest. Oh, do we not have tracking info? Search Perth. Right. Oh, damn. Okay, well... Shoot. Alright, well, I don't see anything, so I guess we'll just work on our other quest yet. Okay, that's fine. So we're going for Wisdom of the Ancients, which I assume is way up here. Yes, it is. And that is kind of a long trip. Let's see here. People will get hungry. No. Let's just start going, and then we'll kind of pause on the way. What is this? A large and wealthy stone church. You don't happen to be super useful in terms of telling me about a necklace, do you? No. Ah, well. Too bad. The church is interesting. Okay. Oh, this might be a good place to spend the night. Occupied. Now let's just go here. That's fine. Okay, so we don't really have enough stuff to do anything. We don't have hardly any hides. We're almost out of salvage. So basically, I guess we're just gonna kind of do our own normal thing at night. So we've got some witching going up. That's fine. We've got some guarding. We don't need anything repaired. Yeah, I don't really need anything. Do I want to tinker something up? Yeah, I'm still having fun with these fire pots, which actually I should get sorted out real quick. Does everyone have one? Fire pot? Yes. Water skin, that's probably actually pretty useful too. I think I would rather have you have a fire pot, because those are pretty cool. And you've got a heal. I feel like that's less useful than being able to set someone on fire. Or do I not have another one? I guess I don't. Well, okay. Well, why don't you run around with some caltrops then, okay? Sure, this looks fine. Yep, and I don't really have anything that I'm concerned about doing, so whatever. Do I have someone else that can guard the last shift just for the heck of it? Yeah, sure. Guard. Fine. Okay. As the sun set, Adis rolls a small barrel of meat into the camp. Anyone up for a drink? Damn betcha. We already did this, but that's okay. Everyone, get drunk. This is fun. Hooray! Alright. Good. Good. -1 thrall. Oh, did our thing finish up overnight? Let's take a look. And by thing, I mean like, you know, back at the old homestead. No. Okay, maybe I read that wrong. That's fairly likely. And then, how bad was the hungover thing? -3. Okay, so maybe that was not a good idea. Oh, an axe. Okay, that's interesting. Is it any good? No. But, okay. Well, off we go. Okay, good. Alright. Crew, let's do this. Right? Right.
Do you see the reflection? I wonder, if you come here on a certain day when the tide is just right, would you be able to cross over?
Cross over to... Huh, okay. That's a little weird. Alright, let's go find a druid. Let's take a look around here super quick. What's the giant pole? One of the poles seems to deliberately face the other way. Oh yeah, I see that. That's a little weird. Okay, well, this isn't a super big area. Oh, maybe it is. Nope, it's not. One of our little rock cairns. Okay, well, let's go talk to Bega. Bega? Bega? Bega. An older woman catches your attention. She's clad in plain garb, yet possessed of a regal bearing. As you enter the ring of logs, she's counseling a young couple in how to conceive children, but as soon as you step through the opening, all eyes are upon you. Viking, we bid you welcome despite the ravaging of your kinsmen. If you've come for glory or gold, I assure you that we have neither. Let's see here. Let's be a little flattering here. Despite your eminently ravageable qualities, our errand today is peaceful. She returns with a wry smile, a token effort to acknowledge your jest. I'm relieved to hear that. What can I do to serve? We're looking for your druid. We're seeking an audience with him. Our druid? If only we had one, perhaps our faith would be stronger. Then again, we've all been challenged plenty on our faith over these last few years. Nefcha says, we were told that you would know the whereabouts of the last druid, and you don't know the man we mean? Her eyes flicker for a moment. If she hadn't been addressing Nefcha, you might not have noticed, but it does all the hallmarks of a tell. The priestess is lying. No, I'm sorry. I don't think I can be of any help. Okay. Pretty good honor for us to talk to him. Ah, I like that. I like that quite a bit. Yes, it would be a great honor for us to talk to the man. Your faith may be dying here, but in our lands, the old gods still reign. She fixes you with a scrutinizing look. It's clear that you have due respect for the old druid, and it's true that we do share many things through our faith. Nefcha says, we wish only to pay our respects to the druid as the highest leader of your traditional faith, one that's closely related to ours. You speak well for yourselves, I'll grant you that. Very well, I'll help you. I don't know if that's what he'd want, but I can only pray that you won't displease him. I've never met the druid myself, but my grandmother told me he left us to protect himself. He sought refuge in the highlands, far away from the dangers of society and politics. The old woman describes a path through the highlands to the mouth of a ravine where the last of the druids allegedly lives. I think you'll find it difficult to convince him to leave his self-imposed exile, but I wish you good luck. Alright, thank you. Well, let's go take a look. Doesn't seem to be anything else to do here, so off we go. Come on. Okay, so where's our spot? Over here. Huh, that is in the middle of nowhere. And we're all going to get tired on the way over. Let's get going, and hopefully we'll find a campsite along the way. Otherwise, I guess we'll just have to double back. Yeah, everyone's hungry. Fatigued. Occupied. Well, let's head over here. This campsite sucks, but you get what you get. Okay, basically, same thing as last time. In fact, I'm not changing anything. I don't think so. Here, go scout. Sure. All right. Good, good. So let's see if you guys found anything interesting. Yeah. Good job. Hides. Very good. More hides. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go do this. All right. Crew. Oops, not Adis. Sorry. Gunner. Okay. All right. guess we can go loot stuff on our way. No one's ever accused me of taking the direct approach to anything. Well, let's just keep our eyes open. Alright, well here's some people. Strangers aren't welcome here. You'd best be on your way. Talark, huh? Hi. Aiden says, we don't want any trouble. You're welcome to pass through, but don't linger. The Highlanders have withdrawn to the edges of their village, huddled together in groups that seem to constitute families. You notice the men have readied weapons, but aren't brandishing them. Hey guys, I don't mean you any harm. I'm looking for a druid. Aiden says, you'll find no help here. We want to be left alone. Leave us out of your heathen schemes, you hear? Gunnar says, I'm sure they'd have good reason to be suspicious of strangers. It's wise to be cautious. A tall man of strong build, somewhere around 30 years of age, emerges from the forest behind a house and steps into the village. He quickly assesses the situation and raises his hand in a gesture of reconciliation. Douglas, all right, let's not all lose our heads for nothing. Go back to your work, I'll handle the strangers. The other men of the village reluctantly return to work while frequently casting suspicious glances your way. The younger man walks up to you. He looks tired. I'm Douglas. Don't mind them, they're just looking out for their families. Hi, my name's Deco. Thank you for diffusing the tension. I'd like you gone just as much as the rest of them, but I can see from the look of you, the best way to get rid of you is to get you what you're after. So, what are you after? Well, I'm seeking the last of the Druids. I'm told he lives here. Druid, eh? We all know the man you mean, though not by such a fancy title. Talark says, the travelers seek the sorcerer, just as I thought. And you see fit to help? Do you know where your cousin is, Dub? Although the other man is clearly Douglas's senior, Dub's reply is hard with admonishment. You sure you want to discuss this in front of strangers? That seems to shut the other man up for a moment. The old man lives in a cave down the ravine. Follow the creek between the mountains and you'll reach him. When you do find him, do with him as you please. There's no love lost between the old man and us. Okay, well, thanks. Dick. Whatever. Two boys, one around 15 years of age and the other much younger, are crouched at the edge of the creek. A moment's observation reveals their errand. The older boy is teaching one of the younger how to tickle fish. The lesson is confined to a purely theoretical level, as the creek is much too shallow for fish. As soon as they become aware of your presence, the boys get on their feet. The older of the two steps in front of his friend and greets you with a hesitant smile. Wow, I've never seen people like you. Are you from Northumbria? Much further away than that. We're Vikings. The older boy puts a hand on his young friend's shoulder and nudges him forward. Go on, run on back to your dad. The kid walks past you slowly, head bowed in fear, then sets off down the path as soon as he's past you. The older boy clears his throat. I'm Cillian. I've heard stories of Vikings. To be honest, I never figured they were true. They make you out to be demons or some such. Is it true that your ships look like dragons? Yeah, it's true. Strikes terror into the hearts of our enemies. Ah, that's right. You're not Christian. They say you worship ancient gods. Violent gods that thirst for retribution against the spreading light of Christ. Well, it's true that we're not Christian. The corners of Cillian's mouth curve upwards. He seems powerfully intrigued. If you don't mind me asking, what are you hoping to find out here? Well, Douglas in the village told us that we could find a certain hermit down in the ravine. Cillian says, I know the man you're talking of. I'll take him to you if you want. I think he'll be very interested to meet you. He stands there for a moment, looking you over with a strangely excited air about him. Come on, this way. Okay, let's do it. Oh, highly suspicious child. Oh, cave. Check. This should be interesting. The air in the cave is surprisingly warm and dry, but whatever supernatural blessing of air circulation is responsible for it has failed to prevent an oppressive stuffiness from settling over the area. Cillian hollers into the cave as you enter, and his words reflect sharply off the irregularly angled walls. Mirrodin, I brought you visitors. They're not Christians. Okay. A coarse voice returns from within the darkness, deep with authority but uneven with age. Lad, your kindness will undo us both. I may have chosen a cave to live in if I wanted to entertain guests. Cillian gives you a reassuring smile. He'll settle down when he sees you. Come on in. Okay. Mirrodin. The man who waits in the central chamber looks just as you might have imagined. A dark gray beard reaches almost to his belt and blends seamlessly with an unassuming wool robe. His eyes judge you with a calculating clarity that make you feel small despite the situation, and just for a moment you might actually believe that this man could be 1,000 years old. As I thought, your guests carry a legion worth of steel into my home. Have you no thought for the safety of an old man, Cillian? Fool boy. Cillian doesn't look particularly troubled by his admonishment. They're Vikings. They worship the old gods. Yes, and if I'd taught you more about the old gods, you'd know that's no guarantee of kinship. The old man's eyes have never left you, but only now does he address you directly. Well then, Viking, tell me who you are. Hey, my name's Deco. Welcome to my hall, Deco. If I'd expected foreign dignitaries, I would have summoned the servants to tidy up the place. I am called Meridian Emrys. If you come to speak to the last of the Druids, then you've found him. Please, control your disappointment. Why have you sought me out? Okay, well, on behalf of Constantine, I'd like to invite you to Perth. The old man waves his hand dismissively and turns his back on you to expect some mistletoe hanging on a string. It's a fearless gesture. King this and king that. These kings, they come and go. I owe them no allegiance. My only loyalty is to the faith. So, is it true that you're almost 1,000? The old man scratches his chin through layers of beard. I told you that, huh? 1,000 years is a long time. I stopped counting a long time ago. Jesus says, this man's no more than a millennium old, and Sulaco is the Midgard serpent, helpfully taking the form of a ship to give us a ride across the sea. Mirrodin regards you with the implacable way of a man who said all that needs to be said. So is there anything I can do to convince you to come with us? There is not. If you respect my will, tell your king that I'm long dead. Tell him that all that remained of me was an old grave, overgrown with lichen. Cillian catches your eye as you turn. He nods subtly towards the mouth of the cave, and then sets off in that direction. Okay. What is this? Huh. I don't know. Alright. Back we go. Alright, Cillian. Outside the cave, Cillian looks almost as disappointed as you should feel. I'm sorry it's turned out this way. I was sure that you and Meridian would get along. He's always on about Christianity's suppression of the old ways. So, what? Did you have a way to convince the old man? I can't convince Meridian of anything. Man's 1,000 years old. He probably made up his mind a century ago. How can I change that? You seem to have some kind of vested interest in arranging this, kid. Cillian scratches his nose while he thinks. Listen, I need to catch fireflies for the old man's ritual. If you come along, we can talk on the way. Ugh. Fine. Fireflies. Have you seen how many axes I carry around? What makes you think that fireflies are how we roll? Just saying. The young boy from earlier is chasing fireflies with the girl about his age. When they see you, they freeze for a moment, then they run in a wide circle past you and back towards the village. Cillian looks worried. Ah, crap. Hope these two don't tell their parents they saw us. Why? Cillian suddenly looks a lot older. I haven't been totally honest with my family about Meridian. I know they suspect I visit the old man, but I try to hide it, and every time it comes up there's a big fight. You have to understand, this isn't a village, it's a homestead. Everyone's related. Will you live in a place like this to break from the fold? Well, why do your parents hate Meridian so much? Cillian's silent for a time while he unpacks some jars from his sack. He hands you one and takes a few steps away to catch the nearest insect. With his back turned, it seems easier for him to talk. My parents are dead. They were killed in some stupid feud many years ago. My cousin Douglas and his brothers avenged them, and then he and Malmera took me in, treated me like a brother. That blasted feud is still on, of course. It's old as sin, and it'll never end till everyone's dead. That's how things work up here in the Highlands. Okay, well, let's try to catch a butterfly. Hey, I made it! You let your eyes unfocus, tuning your mind to beware that which moves in your peripheral vision. A streak of greenish yellow light lights up to your left, and you spin. Okay, seriously. Catching a firefly is easy. They're stupid. You take a hand and you put it up underneath them as they're flying and they land on you. Wonder if these people have ever seen fireflies. Anyway, sorry. Murden was here before us. Far as I know, he's always lived in that little cave. And the problem is, everyone here is all Christian, of course. Fervently so. They don't understand Murden, but he frightens them. You should hear the things they say about him. That he's in league with the devil. That he takes children in the night and sacrifices them to dark powers. No children have ever been lost from the village, mind you. They're just trying to scare the little ones to stay away from him. Gillian's voice is thick and unsteady now. I always want to just tell them to shut up about him. He's just a nice old man who wants to be left alone. But they don't want to hear it, so we have these fights and... A long moment of silence follows. I swear sometimes I think, if they knew I've apprenticed myself to Murden, they'd killed me. Not Dub, but the rest of them. Another firefly disappears somewhere in the moss at your feet. Sounds like a bad situation. You'd be safer in Perth if you came with us. Zillion stops to think on it, and the local firefly population breathes a sigh of relief. His jar already buzzes with about a half a dozen of them. I'd come, you know, if Murden would go as well. I've learned much from him, but he still has so much left to teach me. So much wisdom, stories of the old gods, knowledge of the Weald, his rituals. He raises his head and stares off into the distance, though his sight lines are blocked by firs in every direction. I'll talk to him again. I never told him how unsafe I feel around my family. If he sees how much this means to me, he'll go with you. Cillian closes his own jar. Confused blinks penetrating the thin cloth and hands it to you. Please bring this to Murden Black in the cave. I'll meet you and him at the stones on the peak. I'm gonna go and reassure Dubglass and Malmer. Okay. Thanks, I'll see you there. Okay. So, I know this is really short, but I actually have to take a break. So, unfortunately, hopefully we'll be back soon. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.